very incentivized about being here in Buenos Aires for this event. These guys, most of them professionals, some of them making their debut in this 2019 edition.
As we get things underway in game 2 now. So ChupaLukl versus LuKerZeven. Both teams playing as Arsenal. And as you can see, with the helpful placement of ChupaLukl's name above his player's head in red and white, ChupaLukl playing from left to right as LuKerZeven. But a strong save there and not for the second time. Unfortunately for Remolina, his keeper did all he could on the first shot, but not enough on the second one. And maybe you can hear the international commentary in the background as we get confirmation that it indeed was a goal.
Of course. That was Nacho Ostertag with his big scream of goal, yelling out here in the PES League base. I don't know how can we call this place.
Let's go with base. I'm happy with base.
I like the base. I like the base. So nice save in the first action, but the sequence kept in when the goal, it's Leno, right?
Yes, it is. Leno got hands on with the first chance, but Aubameyang just managed to bend his body with that jump to just lift the ball just out of the reach of Leno's fingertips. And it must be a little bit disappointed getting the 0-point reaction save as we have another shot. ChupaLukl looking to square things up straight
That's
away.
one of the difference, right? Leno is the goalie for ChupaLukl, and Peter Cech is the goalie for LuKerZeven, both using Arsenal.
Yeah, right. It'd be interesting to see what the reasoning behind that is. I'd imagine, because obviously in PES 2019 you can have different attributes in your goalkeepers. Some, when they clear a ball, will hit it with what they call the low punt trajectory, so it hits it quite flat, whereas others hit it high, and depending on your playing style.
Maybe that's the reason why.
Either that, or it could be some just have preferred maybe one's taller than the other. I would have personally thought, I think Cech is the larger of the two, as we get a little bit of a wave from Robbie Ron in the studio here, but we still have 1-0. El Rey, ChupaLukl Molina versus LuKerZeven. LuKerZeven 1-0 up.
So the goalies playing a main role here in the start of the game. Still 1-0, 14 minutes. And here comes ChupaLukl. Very close.
It's interesting to see that you did the exact same thing as me. Just the.
Probably LuKerZeven did the same thing that we did, right?
Whoop! Got away with one there.
Woo! It's early on the game, but we've seen situation in both areas already.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about seeing the differences in gameplay. Obviously, the two Brazilian players with the attacking mentality. This is a little bit calmer, a bit more collected, which means that we've had a little bit more build-up as the game is going on. And speaking of build-up now, LuKerZeven looking to add a second goal in the game. Not rushing at the finish, and the ball goes out for a corner.
There's a goal in Station 2. Emmanuel with his Arsenal beating 1-0. Del Piero, USA, 83 Arsenal.
So Del Piero, USA, was that 1-0 down?
1-0, Emmanuel.
So I was having a chat with Del Piero, USA. He was feeling that this could have been a good tournament for him. He just needed to get a result. He had a few difficult games in his groups, and going a goal down wouldn't be what he wanted there, but we had some cheeky play playing the ball back to the keeper as the clearance there. So we have 2 games at 1-0 apiece in this group. Both games Arsenal versus Arsenal, and both games Arsenal clearly getting the winning goal.
Oh, really?
Or the leading goal. As ChupaLukl now, strong right foot shot from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and brilliant double-handed save, I believe, from Petr Cech in the goal.
Again, the goal is in the spotlight, in this case, Petr Cech.
That's what, was it Leno in the previous game letting a couple of goals in at the near post? Petr Cech not having any of that, just palming the ball away. And I believe that's what, I'm trying to remember which game it was. It was the game that finished, that kind of changed from 2-1 to 3-2.
Let me check.
I've now kind of put Freddie under pressure as he's trying to find.
It was Fabricio-Sly against Van der Noni.
Ah,
yes, that was it.
Petr Cech obviously proving that he's a better keeper at the near post so far in that game. As ChupaLukl not afraid to bring the ball away from the goal to try build the attack, but with a pass like that, giving away possession, he's now put himself under pressure. He does have numbers back in defence, but good transitional play here from LuKerZeven.
Yes, he looks concentrated, not losing possession. The cross.
Comfortable for Leno in the box there. Happy to get a little bit of a deflection on the ball in the box, but ChupaLukl caught in possession once again. That's a few times now. Maybe being a goal down's getting to him.
Yes. It looks like he feels like the time is running out, even though we still have a lot of minutes for him to react.
Oh, but that is exactly what he wanted. A nice little 1-2 touch. Managed to shimmy his way past the sliding
Great
defender.
challenge.
But then, not flushed by the shimmy as LuKerZeven breaks up the attack. And ChupaLukl now, this is kind of backwards and forwards, but I believe Freddie has just been given an update on a goal in a game elsewhere, which we might be able to see on the screen now. But ChupaLukl on the attack, and he's got a chance with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And once again, manual goalkeeping, taking things exactly where one player wanted to go. LuKerZeven trying to control things in the net with Leno, but ChupaLukl called it, saw it, waited for him to make his move, and drilled the ball around him.
It's critical what you said, Graham. It's very critical when they use the goalie, LuKerZeven not being able to react. He was very late because you can see how he moved the goalie all around himself. It was too easy for ChupaLukl this time.
Yeah. So just to confirm for people watching, when a keeper moves away, so obviously that's quite an unnatural movement you'll see from Cech here. He's running away from the ball. That is LuKerZeven trying to call where ChupaLukl is placing the shot. He's trying to cover the near post. Didn't do that. ChupaLukl outthought him and played the ball around him towards
just
the
a few
post.
seconds. It's just a couple of seconds. You need to be quick.
Yes, exactly.
So this is KalahardYT goal against Das Tire.
A cheeky dink. The keeper came out as Wijnaldum just lifted the ball up and over, and it dropped just inside the post. That's one for the cameras.
Terrific technique. Nice goal. Huge goal by Das Tire Liverpool. That's Group C, playing in Station 4. We'll be aware.
As ChupaLukl now, he's got in the box, he has bodies, but with a pass like that from Aubameyang, that's not what he wanted. He still keeps himself in possession, should I say. He keeps the attack on the front foot, but as I say that, it breaks down, and now LuKerZeven looking to get himself back into the lead.
Well, it's a close one here. We're almost at the end of the first half. We saw a lot of goals in round one. Well, this is round one still, but the first matches of round one, goals everywhere. It's closer now.
Yeah, much closer. Just 2 goals. And is that an offside in the box? It is. As Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang trying to find his teammate, but just straight offside. So obviously, approaching halftime now, 1 apiece. Usually you'd be happy to see 2 goals in a game, but when we had almost like 5 goals at this point in the last game, so yeah, that's the difference. We talked about it earlier in playing styles.
The styles, yes. Brazilian style, very offensive, very vertical.
And more calm, collected defense in this game. We've seen a few more last-ditch tackles that have just dispossessed the man. So nice to see the attack and the defense. Both games a couple of manual goalkeeping errors, though, but that's the risk that you take when you play things manually like that.
Yes, that will happen to LuKerZeven. That's why this game is tied at 1. No substitutions yet. We'll still have to wait till 65th, 70th minute, right?
Yeah,
you said before.
Usually, I mean, they don't have to, but that's generally the way, because these players are playing at 100% speed all the time.
Yeah.
So when you get to about 60, 65, 70 minutes, that's when your players have nothing left.
Yes.
So usually the midfield players, or maybe your wingers, possibly your centre forward, they're kind of fully drained by that point. So that's when you get fresh legs on to find what you need, and what you need is play like that. Was that Ray Molina again? I believe it was ChupaLukl. 1-0 down, 2 manual keeping.
Yes.
I want to say mistakes. It wasn't. I mean, it's kind of not a mistake. It's just you kind of hedge your bets, and he went the wrong way, unfortunately.
You got to be there. You have to be there.
But the build-up play, that one-touch passing through the box.
Very fluid, with a lot of rhythm. And that broke the defense. And then it was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And as we see, LuKerZeven is having some problems with that, some trouble managing his goalie.
Yeah, and it's quite good, actually, from Ray Molina. Obviously, you see Petr Cech running the wrong way, but in reality, what's happening is Ray Molina sees that naturally he would be trying to place the ball towards the left of the keeper. So obviously, LuKerZeven tried to drag Cech over that way, but Ray Molina went and put it in the other direction, knowing full well that's the way his keeper's going to go in. So he's essentially second-guessed his opponent twice now in his head, and he knows exactly what he's going to be doing.
It's inhuman. Almost.
Mind control.
Mind control, that's right. So, well, LuKerZeven with those problems in the area. ChupaLukl keeping his house in control here in Buenos Aires as one of the locals.
I wonder how that will weigh on his mind as he gets a chance to break now through the middle. Alexandre Lacazette, or is it Torreira? I can't actually... No, and he goes for the lofted finish from way out. He sees Cech on his line, but the height of Cech obviously bringing the ball calmly into his grasp there. But I was just saying, I wonder how that's playing on home soil, does that make you more favourable, or does it add extra pressure?
Yes, maybe.
And the pressure almost there.
It didn't look like too much pressure.
There's Henrik Mkhitaryan there, just seeing the ball come off the outside of the post. A dink, but not today. Not today.
He's doing everything in one touch as he gets into the box. That's why he's breaking that defense, and that's why LuKerZeven is trying to fix something there.
So you can see now we're at the point of the game where players are starting to make changes. We've got substitutions on the left and on the right. Are we looking at substitutions? Yeah, we have one change in the centre of the park. So that is the area where your midfield players, they're the ones, particularly in a game like this where the ball's backwards and forwards, your midfielders are the ones that are getting...
I have a question, Graham. Do they look to distract the opponent when they are doing those adjustments? Like they move something that they might think he's moving and he's not doing? He's bluffing?
There's quite a few levels to it, depending on how you look at the game. Some people see it kind of playing a little bit dirty as well. So the fact that, say if ChupaLukl now he's in the ascendancy as he's in the box with the ball, nice shimmy. He's got 3 to choose from.
Oh,
and
that's sweet.
Not Henry. Is that Mesut Ozil? Yes, I believe it is. It is Mesut Ozil.
Yes.
But was just saying there, I mean, quite often you'll see players just pausing and making the tiniest substitutions just to get a 5-minute breather, calm things down, take the pressure off.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
So you get that sort of element as well as just making things to make these almost moves and counter moves. So you do something to make your opponent change their gameplay.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for LuKerZeven there as ChupaLukl, look at that shimmy, and then he's not going to miss.
Oh, it's a very difficult matchup for LuKerZeven, for Sebastián Paniagua, the youngster from Colombia, having some trouble on defense. This will be his 14th loss.
You did mention the number of losses that he had coming into this game. You said that could potentially be something of an issue, and it turns out that is exactly right.
Yes.
So you've called that one perfectly. Obviously, when you're playing against a player with ChupaLukl's caliber on home soil. But we have a goal from another game. Neymar breaking through, and the keeper came out. A little bit more manual keeping there, but Neymar kept his cool, opened his body up, and just wrapped the ball once again with that finesse shot into the bottom corner far post.
That's the tie for KalahardYT against Dastire, a very close one in Station 4.
And we are back on the main game, on the main stages. We have more shots of Vamos, so no doubt there will be another goal coming to the feed we are on live at the moment. It's ChupaLukl now looking to break Aubameyang through the middle. He has 2 runners behind him. Does he have the legs to take it himself? Almost, but Hector Bellerin feeding the ball back to Czech. And
good
the
defense
attack
there.
Breaks down. Very good defense.
Good defense by LuKerZeven this time. He's still got time, though.
Yeah. So I believe we have another goal coming through now, but we're going to stick with this for the time being as the player goes down in the box.
What happened there?
HenrykinhO clearly got a bit tired and just wanted a bit of a nap.
Bring me the bar.
We have calls for VAR.
VAR.
As
This
Aubameyang,
yes.
Strong finish there, and that is Del Piero USA evening things up against, is it Emmanuel? So 1-1 in that game, and we have a goal in this game too as we come back. Danny Welbeck finding the back of the net, 3-2, and LuKerZeven, you were saying he looks calm, he had time, and exactly that. So around 15 minutes in game, which is a lot of time. We had about 3 or 4 goals in the last game. He just needs to find 1 more for the draw, 2 more for the win, and Danny Welbeck heading the ball down. Perfect.
Down, yes.
That's how you train.
Right to the yeah, that's how you train. A nice goal by Danny Welbeck, former Manchester United forward.
My kind of player.
That's your kind of player, right? But LuKerZeven is back in the game. when we are at in a 10-minute game and we are in the 65th minute, it's like 2 or 3 minutes left, right?
Yeah, which if you're playing the game at full pace, it gives you a lot of time to score goals. These guys obviously playing a little bit slower, but Ray, should I say ChupaLukl now, looking to add another goal, but not finding the clear-cut passes. Potentially that could be a sign of the on-pitch fatigue that these players are having here.
We have a victory already with Kalahard taking the win. We'll check that later.
ChupaLukl now has a chance to break. He has a man through the middle. 2 men. This surely should be it. Danny Welbeck on the break. Just 1-on-1 with the keeper. Boom.
He was ready for it. He was ready for it, and he took the shot in the mid-range, outside the box.
I think there was a second where he kind of took the pace off the sprint as well, just to kind of weigh up the angle, and I might as well go for it.
He was aiming, right? He was aiming, so he slowed down a little bit with Welbeck actually hitting in the other net also.
Anything your Welbeck can do, my Welbeck can do.
Your Welbeck can do everything. I don't know if he can play as a defender, but in attack mode, he's lethal.
There, you see there, just at that point, just outside the box, he went from full sprint to more of a jog, which just allowed him to control the finish. Full strength, getting his foot behind it. I say full strength, mid-strength, so the ball doesn't go too high. There, slowing it down.
Yes.
Boom. Petr off his line. Nothing he could do there. Unfortunately, it was the goal was basically conceded at the pass earlier in the build-up. The central defender pulled out of position, left a lot of space, and all Ray Molina, should have said ChupaLukl had to do was take it through, score the goal, and now back to being 2 goals ahead.
So we went to almost 3-3 to a 4-2, and we're in 5-2 already.
What a big change it is here. We were looking just a few seconds ago. It could have been a big swing back into the into the favor of LuKerZeven. But the flavor is definitely in ChupaLukl's corner.
Of course, the flavor is at home. It's maybe chimichurri, as they said here, for the barbecue.
And sure enough, it tastes good for ChupaLukl now. 5 goals to 2. A 3-goal lead going from 1 goal, and a big change. Calm, collected, and a nice, tidy finish into the bottom corner. LuKerZeven must be a little bit disappointed now at the defensive changes that he's had in the last few. Koscielny just bossed off the ball there. Should have been stronger there, and nothing Czech could do.
He got weak. LuKerZeven got weak after he scored the second one. I think he went too forward.
Yeah, he's looked to kind of to control the game, and he's put too much into attack, left it open at the back too much.
Unbalanced, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's too late for him to react, but every goal counts in PES League, as we said in the goal differential.
As we've seen, just 3 games in the groups, so there isn't home and away. There are 3 games, 4 players in each group, 4 teams in each group, should I say, and we have ChupaLukl looking to just build. Is he gonna hold the ball and see the game out? No, he's gonna go for another goal. Of course he is.
No mercy. That's a ChupaLukl philosophy.
Oh, he's got a man over the side, but just the wrong decision there. He had everything under his control. Maybe one last chance to get one extra goal from LuKerZeven here now. ChupaLukl isn't going to get one more. LuKerZeven in the